camera will also be being able to write because for you who don't know, I'm Italian, so of course I'm going to use my hands when I speak. But we're not getting into that today. We're talking about how to become a deadly Christian male, a killer Christian male, a killer Christian, to be honest with you, because this is for men and women. But when I think of a killer Christian, I don't even want to say that because I think you two will get mad at me. I think of strength, resilience. What was the other thing I had? Strength, resilience, and discipline. Okay? And of course, you got to hone in on your purpose. So, these are all key characteristic traits of what you want to model your life after. Okay? You're going to have strength. You're gonna have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations. You look at Jesus' life in the Gospels. Oh my, we're off to a great start. He went through a lot of resilience. I think about obviously his walk to the cross and everything that led up to that. His temptations he faced in the desert, right? And that resilience, you have discipline. You have this discipline to face those temptations, and you have strength because you want to be a strong man, and you have to have a purpose. Purpose is key because without a purpose, you're fighting for nothing, and it's going to make all these characteristic traits 10 times harder if you don't have a purpose to live by. I look back at high school, I was falling into sin so much, not only because I didn't know about sin, but because I didn't have a purpose. I had nothing to live for. I was just going through the motions. Okay, so you have to have your purpose. If you need help finding your purpose, let me know. I have my Instagram in the description. I can't totally help you, but I can guide you on the path. I can talk to you about how I was able to find my purpose. Okay, now this video is inspired by Floyd Patterson. Now, for those of you who don't know, he was the youngest boxing heavyweight champion at his time. This was back in the early 1900s. Well, early to mid. I'm not exactly sure. He was 21 at the time, which is very young for those of you who don't know. Mike Tyson is the youngest, I believe, at 20. I could be wrong about that. But Floyd Patterson was 21 at the time. And he went through a lot of trials. He went through a lot of tribulations, not to get there. But he was very poor. He had a struggling family. Didn't have a good relationship with his family. He came from the hood, obviously. What else happened to him? And he had a lot of mental health problems. Okay, he had no confidence. He was very shy. It was just awful what he went through. Okay, now if we look at Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron. Okay, and what does this mean? You need to train hard, and I would recommend training with people like how Floyd Patterson did. He didn't do this alone. He didn't wake up one day and decide, okay, I'm going to become a boxer, right? He went through rigorous amounts of training. He trained with the best. He had a mentor by the name of Cuz DiMatteo, who had a very troubling background, history, etc., etc. But, and I say but, he was very skilled. He was probably the best boxing coach of all time. And rest in peace to him. And he had some very, very interesting look. What is the word I'm looking for? God, outlook on life. Okay. If I could recommend the book Iron Ambition if you want to learn more. But a lot of the videos upcoming that I plan to do this week are going to be regurgitating Iron Ambition. So if you can't read it, if you can't afford the book, whatever, it's all going to be given to you right here. Okay. Now let's see. Let's go into another verse. Okay. Corinthians. What was the number on that? 9:24 through 27. I think this is also a good Bible verse for talking and describing what it's like to be a Christian. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only the one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Okay, now this is very similar to Floyd Patterson. Also, I'm doing this because he was a Christian, okay? But Floyd Patterson, he went through rigorous training to get the crown, get the heavyweight title. He wasn't sitting around all day eating burgers, eating Fruit Loops, things like that nature. That goes back to purpose, okay? Your purpose, you're going to have rigorous amounts of training that goes into it. You're not going to have it be handed to you like, la-di-da-di-da, here you go. God's not going to do that if it's truly your purpose, okay? If it was so easy to attain, it wouldn't hold any worth, okay? That's why it's so great loving God. For me, it's not easy to attain it's so great getting close to God. It's easy to attain his love because he loves every single one of you. It's never too late to turn back to Jesus. But it's so beautiful once you get there, because when I started fully diving into my purpose, there were so many things I had to give up, so many things holding me back: lust, greed, pridefulness, envy, things of that nature that drive you away from God, that drive you away from your purpose. Okay? You're going to have to go through rigorous amounts of training, not only spiritually, but physically too. If you want to be a YouTuber like me, it doesn't happen. Usually one video doesn't pop off and I get 1 million subs, right? I'm going to have to put in reels every single day. I'm going to have to record videos every single day. I'm going to have to do research on them, because last year, I was just regurgitating same old bullshit self-improvement crap. That doesn't help anyone, okay? I need to provide value. I need to post consistently. I need to get better. I know this setup doesn't cut it when I have 5 million subs, right? I need to consistently get better. I need to consistently learn how to tell a story, things of that nature, okay? You are going to have to do the same thing, whatever your purpose is. If you want to be a copywriter, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to put in amounts of work. You have to send email templates, or write practice email, practice copies. You have to send outreach, all those things, okay? And I would like to bring up a point here. A lot of people in the Christian community, they like to argue and say money is bad. There's a lot of Bible verses that talk about how people are too greedy. People are too in love with money, which, yeah, I agree. That is true. And don't get me wrong, money is it shouldn't be held over your spiritual things. Spirituality comes first. Loving God comes first over money. But there are some interesting Bible verses I found, because I feel like a lot of the community right now is pretty soft in the Christian community. No one wants to go out there. They don't want to take it. They don't want to be aggressive. Floyd Patterson, he didn't go out this way being timid. He hurt his opponents, okay? And he showed signs of weakness, right? He was one of those boxers that didn't go out there and kill every single one. But, he took it. He gave him haymakers, okay? And it's the same thing here. Everyone's so scared to go get it because they feel like getting money, buying those cars is a sin, which it isn't, okay? It isn't. Timothy 5:8. Sorry, I had family stuff I had to deal with. But we were covering Timothy 5:8. And that states, anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. God wants you to provide. He wants you to be successful. He wants you to have abundance, okay? There are many verses talking about how, if you manifest and you ask God, you're going to receive these things. Obviously, the work comes in with it. I've made countless videos on talking about putting in the work, all those things. But, you have to provide as a man, okay? This is specifically targeted at the man here, okay? You have to provide for them or your family, okay? It's a sin otherwise. You have to go out there. You have to take what's yours. All right. If you have a burning purpose, for me, that's YouTube. That's content creation. I'm not sitting around being scared like what my friends are going to think, what my family's going to think. No, I want 100K subs, man. I want 100K subs by the end of the year. I want to spread Christ, man. I don't care what anyone thinks. This is what I know I'm put to here to do as of right now, and I'm going to flip and get after it, go after it, and get what I want, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit rough, but a lot of people in this community, they like to tiptoe over these certain things. They don't like to talk about lust. And I will do a complete and utter deep dive on that. And that'll be a video topic for another day, which I'm going to write on my whiteboard right now, so I don't forget this. But then we have another verse that I've found. Ephesians. I think it's 25. I'll have to check. Could be wrong on that. 28 through 29. And that one states, in the same way husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies, he who loves his wife loves himself. No one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body, just as Christ does the church. Men are called to care and love for their families, which includes providing for them in every way, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. All right, you have to provide for your families, guys. You have to go out there. You have to get it. If you are struggling, I know it's hard. I've been through those situations. Yes, I came up in a middle-class family household. Yes, I'm recording these videos in my dad's house. Things like that. But I've gone through it. I've gone through stints where I've been broke a little bit as me, as me, Chris Flanagan, me. I revealed my name, but I don't care. Me, Chris, I've gone through stints where I've been broke, and that's okay. All right, I've been through stints of lust. I've been through stints of all types of struggle, mental problems, things like that. If you don't know my high school story, go watch it. Basically, wanted to do that. But, I got through it, and you can too, and you're going to thrive if you just listen to me, watch these videos, and go after your dream life. All right? And their last one, Genesis 2:15. This is also talking to the man here. The men in these videos. 2:15. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. All right? We can't sit around. We can't be soft. We can't be scrolling on TikTok every day. We can't be watching YouTube videos. We can't be watching sports like that. Every once in a while, it's okay, but most of the time, it's not, guys. All right? I'm sorry if this is revelation to you, but it's not. You only have one life, and a lot of people die with regrets. Okay? A lot of die with regrets. All right? There's a lie in this Christian community, in the faith community. Everything happens for a reason. If that was true, people on their deathbed wouldn't die saying, "Oh, I wish I did this, wish I did that." All right? It doesn't work like that, guys. God sent you here. And for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, one of my biggest fears is going up to heaven and God saying, "I had this dream for you. Why didn't you listen to me? Why did you want to do it your way?" All right. I know it may be scary. I know it may be scary going after something completely new. Maybe you put your eggs into one basket, Maybe you thought that your dad was an electrician. You had to be an electrician. You went to your union, you graduated, you're a journeyman, now you're 23, 24, and you all utterly hate it, okay? I know it's scary, guys. I know it is scary. But you have to trust yourself. You have to trust God, and He will work everything out for you. And that leads me into my next thing. Chase purpose, and money will follow. Floyd Patterson, he was broke. He was dead broke, okay? He chased his purpose. Now, back in the day, you did not make crap in boxing, okay? You did not make crap, all right? Even when he was a heavyweight title, every heavyweight champion, he was not making a load of money, okay? Now, if you remember, the guy I mentioned, Cuz D'Amadio, he was revolutionary in his time because he was the first man to get his fighters paid. All right. He got his fighters like Floyd Patterson left boxing with a lot of money, a lot of money that normally they don't get. Okay. I don't remember the exact results, but it's something outrageous. People were coming away with, I know for a fact that Floyd was making 50% from his fights. Okay. Now, normally, boxers were not doing this. Okay. Trust me. Boxers were not doing this at that time. Okay. They were making 10 to 20K as a heavyweight from a match, which obviously isn't bad, but it's nothing compared to Jake Paul and Mike Tyson today, guys. All right. And at the time, he chased his purpose. He didn't know that Cuz was going to do that, but he did. And I'd like to end this with Matthew 6:23, famous verse. We all heard it, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you. You know, seek first the kingdom of heaven. Go after him. Ask him what you want. Ask him like what he wants me to do. Get in his spirit or grow your spirit. Let go of all these things: lust, greed, envy, all these things, and he will give you a purpose. He will define it for you, and you can go after it, and everything will be added on to you, man. It's a lot more beautiful than you can even imagine. You can even contemplate. All right. And then Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans, okay? Ask him, is this my purpose? That's what I did. God, is YouTube content creation my purpose? Yes. Yes, it is, son. He didn't actually say that. He doesn't talk like that. It's not like that. But, I figured with him, this is my purpose. And now I'm doing it, and I couldn't be happier, man. And it's beautiful. No, I'm not making money on it yet, but I'm just so happy to be doing it. And I know all the things I ask him for, they will come as I continue to grow this channel, continue to provide wealth, knowledge, abundance for you guys. I have so many beautiful plans. I'm just so blessed to be here with you guys today. Now, that is probably it for today's video. And if you are interested, I do have a coaching program down below. It's for men who maybe have 2 out of the 3 aspects. Maybe they have the body or the wealth, but they're searching for the purpose, or they found their purpose and they focused on the wealth. They have all that, but they're struggling with their body now because they honed in on those 2 out of 3 things. People who feel like they're grinding with nothing to show for it. I'm here for you guys. And my coaching is in my Instagram. Well, DM me on Instagram. But yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I thank you. Thankful for you.